mixing with my career building tip, blaze your own trail. I was recently watching a TV show, and although I don't remember the names and all of the specifics of it, and it had nothing to do with audio whatsoever, there was something that was very relevant, and it was basically a story of a woman who was from South Africa, and she had written a book or a series of books, and she learned a valuable lesson from her father, who was not such a great person in many other ways, but he did teach her one thing, which was to basically to be yourself, right? To be who you are, right? To blaze your own trail. And what he told her was, he said that when you look back on your life and you look back, you'll see a set of footprints, but they will only be your footprints. There'll be nobody else's footprints along the way. And this is kind of an important part of really being successful in a career in music production, is sort of blazing your own trail. In other words, if you're always following what other people are doing, if you're always following the paths that other people cut, then you're never going to get the full experience of what it means to be really successful. You're always going to be clinging on to what that person does or what those people do that you're following, and never really blazing your own trail. And this is incredibly important when you're working in any kind of music arts. You need to find something that you really are good at. Find something that really gets you excited. That really motivates you to want to work hard at it, like to really enjoy it. It's not even work, you just love doing it. And whatever it is that you do, and whatever it is that you're skilled and really good at, and whatever really drives you personally, you want to keep at that, keep going at it over and over again, and not cut out those voices that tell you that you can't do it, or you can't do it that way, or this won't work, or you have to do it this way. Look at what this person did. And while there are actually valuable lessons to be learned by things that other people do, the actual most valuable lessons from those people are not the actual exacting things that they do, but the spirit that they put behind the things that they do, the way that they've kind of made it their own, and that's what makes it successful. So it's not the actual technical actions necessarily, as much as it is the spirit behind those actions which drives them and makes them successful. Because you have to believe beyond belief that what you're going to do is, what you're doing is going to succeed, regardless of what happens to people around you, regardless to what people say around you. See, the one thing about working in particular in the music industry is that it's very threatening to a lot of people. It's like it's all fun and games at first. It's like, oh, that's really cool. He's a guitar player. Oh, he's a producer. Oh, he's a beat writer. It's all really great. But then at some point, people are going to feel like, hey, you shouldn't do that. You should get a real job. You're going to get the pressure. It's like, when things aren't going so well. Oh, dude, you should, take a job, go back to school, do this, do that. And these are people that will try to take you away from achieving your happiness. It sounds crazy, like family members and people who sort of love you, quote unquote, will do these things to you. They'll try to hold you back because it's threatening and it exposes things that they haven't pursued in their life. So you have to be very careful about the people that you communicate with, that you live and relate with. You can't, there's a saying, you can pick your friends, but you can't pick your relatives. Or my version of it is you can pick your nose, you can pick your friend's nose, but you can't pick your relatives, which is just a variation on that includes picking noses, which is always fun. But the point is that what you have to do is you have to be able to whatever degree and whatever way that you can, separate and kind of go your own way. Go with what feels natural and what feels right to you, and pursue it with a full belief that things are going to work out, because you have no idea how it's going to happen, and there's no way that anybody can completely predict how it's going to happen. So as long as you trust and believe in that, you will blaze your own trail. And believe me, when you look back, there won't be a lot of people that will be by your side necessarily. Okay, maybe you find a few. If you have like a really good partner who has like the same belief systems that you do, then it will happen that way. But you have to be able to have the courage to kind of go it on your own and know that there's nothing that you're going to fall back on. Okay, so if it doesn't work, you're out there on your own, and and what that does is it gives you a sense of commitment for doing it. That, no matter what, I have to do this. My survival is at stake. It's such an important aspect of the way that this works. So the mixing with my career building tip is blaze your own trail, okay? Cut your own path. Cut your own way through the forest to find the other side. You'll be so much more enriched by it, and it'll serve you so much better in terms of experience and your career, and that's what people will be really attracted to in the long run. Mixing with Mike, career building tip.